Good evening, everybody. How are we all doing? Yep, there we are. We're live. Just double checking. I nearly missed pressing live tonight because I was just realised that my trains are not working in the morning either. So I've had a train disruption today, and now they're not working in the morning. So let me know in the comments if you're joining us and you've also been impacted by the rail strikes today, which of course chaos here in the UK. Now, if you're not in the UK, you've got no idea what I'm talking about. Tell us where you're from. So, good evening, everybody. How are we all doing? We're in the middle of the marathon season. Did anybody race at the weekend? Was you in Brighton? Was you like Debs and smashing PBs in Brighton yesterday? Or was you in Paris? Or was you at London Landmarks? Like I was. And thank you to everybody, by the way, who said hello to me at the London Landmarks half marathon. I really appreciate it. And also, thank you very much to everybody who said they listened to pod. I had a couple of people run past me and go, oh, I'm just listening to the pod. So that's pretty awesome. So thank you very much. And listen to this. I don't know whether Beth is watching this, but the motivational podcast that we did last week, by the way, was the #1 running podcast in like Great Britain last week, just so you know. So everybody who listened to that, thank you very much. If you've not listened to it, save it for your race. It's 20 minutes for 20 miles. Okay. It's not going to be for everybody, right? But it might help you. So if you've not listened to it, or if you have listened to it already, get into the comments, okay, and let people know whether it's a good thing to download it or not. But yes, thanks, genuinely, thanks everybody. It's not this week, but last week it was apparently it was #1 running podcast. So that's pretty awesome. So Beth, I don't know if you are listening, but thank you very much for a cracking idea. So yes, a busy week ahead for everybody who's doing the Manchester Marathon. If you're like me, you're going to be in Manchester, although I am not running. I'm going to be at the Shakeout Run, which I'll come on to in just a sec. So yes, this weekend was the London Landmarks half. I ran that in the ASICS Metaspeed Edge, and there's a video coming out on that shoe tomorrow. Should be when that comes out, and Sunday the race video vlog will be coming out. Now, if you haven't if you're not running Manchester, watch the vlog on Sunday. It's hilarious. We got the band back together. It is absolutely brilliant. So yes, but I ran in the ASICS Metaspeed Edge, so that video comes out tomorrow. In terms of my marathon shoe for London, I'm going to film that this week and make a decision this week. So there we go. Shoes, just in general, we're a bit light at the moment, which is great because it's marathon week coming up. So I'm a bit light in terms of what we've got, but we've got a pair of shoes from Lululemon. We've got the Reebok one still. Cumulus review is going to come out this week, and we've got the Under Armour shoe as well, which I'm hoping to get enough miles in that be able to film a video before the London Marathon. But let's see on that one. Last couple of bits of admin, just before we get into the questions and stuff like that, is that we've got the Manchester Shakeout Run. If you've not signed up for that already, please do. The official one is out for Adidas, but apparently it's going to be 5 to 7K, which sounds a bit odd. We have a lot of people already coming to the Shakeout Run, but we're happy to have more. You don't have to be a club member, don't have to be running the marathon. If you want to try some Brooks shoes on, the guys from Brooks are going to be up and running store as well. So just get over to our website, please, and sign on using that. We need to know how many people we've got coming. And if you've not seen it, the London Shakeout is out as well. We're doing a park run down at the seaside. So something different. We want to get away from all the influencers in London. No, I'm joking. We want to do something a little bit differently. As you know, the club is supported by Brooks. So we've teamed up with them to do something a little bit different and push park run the weekend of the London Marathon. So if you can't get to us in Chalkwell, which is near Southend, then get along to your local park run. I would suggest that if you want to do some form of shakeout. There's two massive events coming with FORDY runs. One of them both of them I'm equally proud of, actually. but one of them is a game changer for us in terms of 40 runs, running club 40 runs within the whole UK running scene. We are going to be doing something quite, or we're going to be teaming up with somebody quite amazing, really. So that's going to be coming soon. Hopefully, we'll be able to confirm all of that. But there's two big events coming that I'm super, super proud of, which is just amazing. So yes, very good news this week in terms of that. Last bit of admin. No pod on Friday. We pre-recorded a pod for you to listen if you're going up on the train to Manchester. Okay, right. That's it. That's all the admin done. I'm now yours. So if you are tuning in live and you've just joined, this is a live podcast recording that we do. You guys get involved in the comments. I'm here with you for the next half hour, 40 minutes, whatever you want to do, whether you want to talk about your marathon, whether you want to talk about your half marathon, whether you want to talk about your running shoes, whether you want to talk about coaching stuff, whether you want to talk about the fact that I've got a pair of Brooks Hyperion Elite behind me. Whatever you want to talk about, get in the questions, get in the comments, sorry. Now, if you're listening to this as a pod, again, this is recorded live, so I shall be going through those. Okay? Everybody up to speed? I have a cup of tea here, lemon and ginger tea, ahead of the marathon week. It's going to be weird. I'm only going to probably do about 25 miles this week. I did 40 last week, and then I'm coming down. I'm cutting it right down because I was sick the week before that. That's why I did 40 last week. So there we go. Right. So good evening, everybody. I'm just going to put that out there. I can't believe, like you, Mick, that it's marathon week. It's finally here, Manchester Marathon Week, and the happiest 40 minutes of the week. There we go, Mick. Perfectly timed as well. Evening music runner. Ryan, hang on a sec. I've still got the after effects of that cold, by the way. So Ryan is running Manchester. Ryan, are you coming to the shakeout run? I hope you are. Please let me know. You've got plenty of time to respond that you're coming to the big shakeout run on Saturday. I am going to be in the finishing pen. I've got media pass for the Manchester Marathon, so I'm going to be everywhere. I'll be all over the course, and I will be in the start, and I will be at the finish. I do have to get a train home on Sunday night, so I'm not going to be there like for hours. But I will be around, probably with a microphone in hand. So watch out for me. But I am going to be around at the Manchester Marathon. So keep an eye out. You'll probably hear me before you see me. Evening, Lee. There's loads. So evening, everybody. Evening, Chris. Hope you enjoyed Landmarks. PBs for me and Sally at the Sheffield half. How was the Sheffield half? Can you let me know how the Sheffield half was? There was a lot of PBs this weekend. It's just incredible to see so many people running so well. So well done, everybody who ran a PB. Let us know what shoes you were in. Super interested to know what shoes you were all wearing. Yeah, and it's brutal weekend as well to run PBs this weekend. I don't know where you are in the world, but over here in the UK, everybody was running PBs in like gale force winds, which was even more incredible. I think that's this is pretty awesome. Check this out. From Jeffrey from Buffalo. Wow, that's awesome. That's amazing. That really is. Thank you very much, Jeffrey, for joining us. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Gary, for checking the sound of vision as always. Coke Batch from London was a killer. Hello, everyone. God, blimey, there's loads of you tonight. This is so good. Thank you again to everybody who joins us live. And if you are tuning in pinch later, get some questions in the comment section. Get involved in there, and I will make my way through it as we go. Evening, Sam. Watched from hospital with my lads. Sorry to hear that. Major FOMO of missing Landmarks. Well, I just hope everybody's better, Sam. So I wish everybody better. Evening from Belgium. So you guys are loving the emotion again, right? So just to recap, I said at the front end, if you missed the show last week, our motivational podcast for 20 minutes for mile 20 was actually the most popular running podcast episode last week. It's not this week, but last week it was, which is just amazing, right? So if you've not downloaded it, you check the feedback in the comment stream. Everybody's saying how good it was. Again, it's not for everybody. I'm just putting it out there. You might think I'm completely nuts, but it worked for a lot of people. So thank you to everybody who enjoyed that podcast. You can download it. It's on. Just go to Spotify, Apple. It's free. Just go and download it. It's 20 minutes for 20 miles. It's called, I think. So yeah. Okay. Robert's going to save that podcast for the Newport Marathon in 2 weeks' time. Oh wow, Mick saying motivational speech was unreal. Really worth a listen. Thank you, Mick. I really appreciate it. Yeah, there was loads of 40 runners at the London Landmarks Half Marathon. It's just amazing to see so many people at the London Landmarks. And again, thanks to everybody who said hello to me. It was incredible how many people said hello to me at the weekend. It was just blows my mind. And as I said, we've got two really big sort of event things that we've teamed up with for people to do towards the later stages of the year, and it just blows my mind. I think even 2025 is even looking bigger than this year already, with the stuff that we're talking about and getting planned. So again, if you've not joined the club, it's free to join the club. You could be anywhere in the world to be part of the global run crew. Just go over to the website and get part of that. And if you want to join as a club runner, it's free. You can be a social runner. We've got over 40 satellite groups all over the country, and there's going to be more this year. So just get involved, people. Right. So another PB shout out for the London Landmarks half. Jane got a PB, 2:17. Well done. That's amazing. Good for you. Non-stop for 13.1 miles. Robert. Robert has got his 6th marathon on Sunday. Anxiety levels through the roof. Yeah, how do you control your nerves? Yes, it's a good point. And we actually talk about it on Friday's podcast about dealing with anxiety. And don't forget, I started 40 runs because of my anxiety that I have as part and parcel of my ADHD and the panic syndrome that I suffer with. And the way I dealt with it was to start 40 runs and have people that I know at races and people that I can just even know that they're there. That helps me. But I tend to zone in on the things I can control on race day. Like, the music I'm listening to or like a podcast I'm listening to, or I just keep myself kind of busy with certain things. Next week's good because I'm going to be busy. Mike Kafuzi's coming over next week, so ideally I'm going to be hooking up with him. We've got the expo, so just trying to keep myself busy, keep myself focused on the stuff at hand, on the things that I could control, the things that I've got to do in the day, and sort of not worry about the actual race itself until I'm sort of like going across the line, and then I'll have a strategy in which I'll use for the race day. So that's the key for me. It's just staying in the presence, trying to keep under control, and that kind of thing. I have therapy every week that tries to helps me with that. So I've really found that's helped me in trying to battle that anxiety and that sort of panic disorder that I have. So that really helps me in trying to like come up with strategies to deal with this sort of stuff. What's the word? Grounded. Staying grounded is the key to this, apparently. So that's what I try and do. So just try and stay in the day. Try and stay in control of what you can control. That's the biggest thing for me that helps me battle that anxiety and those nerves around big events like a marathon. Mark Langholm's already listened to the motivational podcast and it was fantastic. Thank you very much. That's brilliant. Cowboy and his dog bit on the emotional podcast hit me right in the heels. Yeah, Gavin, he's listened to, again, just a bit of feedback from, I won't let too much away, but yeah, there's a bit about the dog in there. Yeah, that was, it's from the heart, mate. That part. Right. So on top, right. So in terms of the full start, so we had a lot of comments. So it's brilliant. So if you've not seen the reel we did on Instagram, the start of the London Landmarks Half Marathon, you'll see the video that comes out on Sunday exactly what happened because there's no sound on the reel in terms of what actually happened. So we're all standing on the line. Dermot O'Leary bottled it and didn't want to go first, so I was there, and the horn went. They give you a countdown, and there was no countdown, and then the horn just went because, and then we all sort of looked at each other and went, "Do we go?" And then I went because the horn had gone, but nobody moved. And it was really, really weird because usually I've got like the Wade brothers next to me and they hear that horn and they just go like go anything. But like I had Vicky Patterson standing next to me and I'm not sure she knew exactly what she was doing. I was telling her, if you watch the video on Sunday, exactly where she just had to go in terms of running forward. So nobody really knew what was going on. And the horn kind of came out of nowhere. So I went and then I looked and no one else was going and the horn had definitely gone. So then I went. So, but you'll see it on Sunday. But it's brilliant because on the reel, it looks like it's a full start. So it's really good. So check that out. A lot of fun. I had a great time. The London Landmarks is just a great half marathon in London. Michael, myself and my partner will be coming to the Shakeout Run. Looking forward to meeting some FORDYs. We are looking to be joining the best club in the country. Yeah, the Galaxy, Michael. Now it's the best club in the Galaxy. We've rebranded it. It's now the biggest running club in the Galaxy. Okay, I think we want to downplay it a little bit. So we've rebranded it as the biggest and the best running club in the Galaxy. I think that just tones it down a little bit, so it keeps it real. But looking forward to meeting you. I shall be there with my megaphone. You've all been warned. If anybody's done any of the shakeout runs that I've been with the megaphone, you know exactly why you've been warned. Who's this? James. He ran the Brighton in his Adidas Pro 3s. They were awesome. I'm glad to hear that. And I'm glad you had a good time. That was the most important thing. Evening FORDY. Heard you will be in the finishers pen at Manchester. Who's been telling you lies? No, I will be there. What time are you there till? I won't be over the line until about 4:30. We'll have to see. You won't make the shakeout run. I'm sorry to hear you won't make the shakeout run. I'm not sure exactly what time my train is leaving, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm not in charge of that. But I will be pulled out of there kicking and screaming. I will be around the finish line. I'll be in around the start area, and then I'll be out on course. Roving reporter is basically how I want you to think of me. I'm out there to give you motivation. I might even wear a Stetson and come on a horse during the race just to give you some real motivation while we're out there. But yes, I don't know, to be perfectly honest with you, is the answer to that. I don't know what time I shall be there until, but hopefully I get to see you. What's this one? Jane, listen to the Motivational Marathon podcast while running the London Landmarks. That's awesome. So it works, people. It works for half marathons as well. So if you're joining us late, get in the comments, get involved in the chat, whether it's coaching questions, shoe questions, whatever, Manchester Marathon questions, whatever you want to talk about. I'm here for you to hang out with you guys. And we're discussing the fact that the motivational podcast I did was number one last week in terms of running podcasts in the UK. If you haven't listened to it, take it with you on your next big event, big race, and put it on. It's 20 minutes for mile 20. I think you'll enjoy it. It's free. Just go and download it. Okay, what's this? I would like to know from anyone who has experience of both, will the London Marathon course be as busy congested as London Landmarks was yesterday? Yeah, that's from Catherine. The London Landmarks course changed slightly yesterday. The start was extremely narrow compared to its usual wider start. So, yes, it felt extremely congested at the start. And I would say London feels busy. I wouldn't necessarily feel as tightly packed, but it definitely feels busy. Yeah, I think that's a better way of saying it. I understand exactly what you're saying about how congested that felt yesterday at the start, in particular, because it's quite narrow, the sections that you run on. London does tend to open up, especially once you've got out of the start, got out of basically the first bit, and it starts to. It's not going up and down hills, but it starts to undulate a little bit. It tends to widen out a bit, and you get a bit more air, get a bit more space as you go through. So it does clear out. And then at mile 3, you join all the other runners from all the other starts, and that gets congested again. And then it does spread out a fraction. But really, it is busy the whole way round. Okay, so just be aware of it. But yeah, it's not as, it doesn't feel as tight as that. But yeah. Hopefully that helps. Good luck anyway. Matthew, had a great time at London Landmark. Smashed the PB. Looked like you were keen to get away at the start. Yeah, I was absolutely ruined. Evening, Chris from Jamie. Great to see you in the race. Yes, give Speaker a big thanks for letting me know how far he'd run. I had to let it go. I didn't have a scoop as my Garmin gave. Yeah, Jamie saw Speaker. Speaker was out on course yesterday. Again, watch the race vlog of the London Landmarks half on Sunday. It's an absolute belter. It's me. It's like the dream team about me, Sai, and Speedgo. We're out in force. It was hilarious. Okay, it's just they're just great fun to make those videos. They really are. What's this one from Matt Nash? Hi Chris. Any thoughts or opinions on London and Manchester being on the same day next year? Are they? I don't know. Is that true? Somebody let me know in the comments. Are they on the same day next year? Can somebody confirm that in the comments for me? I won't comment on that. Let me know and I'll come back and comment on it. Matt's going to be at Manchester. So that'd be great. Looking forward to it. Charlie, how were the shoes? Yeah, they were good. Watch the video tomorrow. It comes out tomorrow, I think 11 o'clock, usual time on the channel. The Meta Speed Edge is out next year. So they definitely are next year. That's just stupidity. To be honest with you, that's just stupidity. I mean, why would you do that? Personally, why would you do that? It makes no sense to me. But you know what? These event organisers, I don't think they think with their heads, to be honest with you, half the time. It just makes no sense. I appreciate, look, if you don't get into London, what are you then going to do? You're going to go and do one of the others. Kind of makes sense. But I just think the whole thing's a, well, what's it, pain in the bum. But okay. All right. So what do you, what, yeah, I just don't understand the planning. There must be, I'd like to understand the reasons behind it. Is it like Easter next year or something like that? Is that what's impacting the dates? There must be something because they don't usually tend to do it like that. There must be something that's impacted the move. So again, I'm saying it's stupid, but there may be a particularly strong reason why. So got to be a bit sensible. But yeah, on the first look, it makes no sense to me to do that. It really doesn't. I understand. Again, if you don't get into London, you may then go and do Manchester. I appreciate that side of things. But yeah, it's just a bit. I don't know what I'm going to do next year. I'll have to have a think about it. I might go and do Paris because I saw 52 Sundays. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's 52 Sundays in the year. So I think I might go and do Paris next year. Do something a bit different. We shall see. But yeah, that's just nuts that they're doing it at the same time. I'll probably have to think about it a little bit more, and then I'll probably give you real thoughts on it. Got to be a bit careful because again, I don't know the facts. Right, did my first ultra trail. This was Billy on Sunday. Total Mudfest. I listened to the motivational podcast. It did the job. Managed to get a decent time. I'm glad it helped. Yeah, there you go. So, sorry, Billy. Well done, by the way. So, Billy, Scott's just confirming if you can that the Easter weekend is why they've switched it. So, in fairness, okay, I just said it's stupid. They've switched it because it's Easter Sunday. So, I kind of get it. I still don't think it's a great idea, but I kind of get it. There we go. That's my thoughts on that. So, Jason, my longest race this coming Sunday, South Down 50 mile. Good luck, Jason. David Turner. Anyone else staying over in Manchester? I'm not. I'm getting on a train. David enjoyed the Sheffield half. Oh, this is a good question. Mike, did Toby do the London landmarks? And what size T-shirt did he get? Speedgoat was there. We have photographic evidence that he was there. And he, now I'm not going to tell you what T-shirt size you've got to wait to the video. All I would say is I've asked him to wear it to club tomorrow night. We'll see what happens. Right, Bam Bam, 16-minute PB. Congratulations, big boy. And he ran it in his Adidas Pro 3s again. Somebody else in the Adidas Pro 3s. Well done. PB for me. Music running in the Saucony Pro 3s. Anybody running in the Saucony Pro 4s? Ryan won't make the. That's a shame, Ryan, but don't worry, there'll be others. Right, Mick, Chris, can you give Joe a big shout out? She ran Cathedral to Castle 10 miles yesterday. Her longest run today in under 2 hours to smash it. This time last year, she'd only just done. That's amazing, Joe. Well done, Joe. Big shout out to you, actually. That's incredible to go out and smash a first 10-mile run. I think it's very blasé about running at the moment because you see all the influencers on TikTok and all this sort of smashing out 52-mile weeks and all this sort of stuff and running marathons every weekend because they've got free places and stuff. Again, pot kettle, by the way. It's just, somebody gets free places. But I just think it's a downward spiral to continue along that route in terms of pushing out. People feel like maybe 5K is not good enough or 5K is not far enough. I think 5K to get off the couch to 5K, I've said it a million times, is unbelievable. It's one of the hardest things you can do is to go out and get off that couch to get to 5K. So to go from 5K to 10 miles is awesome, Joe. You are my hero. Well done. And I don't mean that. I'm not saying that in any shape or form other than positivity going your way. It's so hard to do catch to 5K. It is, honestly. To then stay consistent to carry on to go to 10 miles. It's unbelievable. Right. What time is your start time for London? I think I'm 10:20. I think from memory. But again, I suffer from memory because I have ADHD, which is a superpower. Lee Jackson. Sheffield was tough. 5 miles uphill start. Oh, blimey. Again, Adidas Pro 3s. Wow. Okay. A lot of love for the Adidas Pro 3s, guys. I've got to film my marathon shoe video this week. You're not helping me very much here. Hi, Chris. I got the Adidas Pro 3s for a half marathon in May. Current race day shoes, the Nike Tempo, which I know you hate. Yes, I hate the things. Would the Pro 3s be any good for a 10K race, or should I stick? No, they'd be much better than that. Although the Adidas Pro 3 is not a brilliant sort of 10K, 5K shoe versus some of the others that are out there. I think the Adidas Pro 3 sweet spot is the marathon distance. I've run it in a half marathon. I've run them in a few half marathons, and it's all right. But there are other faster shoes out there over the half marathon distance and below than the Adidas Pro 3. But to be perfectly honest with you, I'd rather run barefoot on tarmac that's got Lucasade Sport and probably nails on it than wear a pair of Nike Tempos. That's how much I dislike the Nike Tempo shoe. Does that make the point clear enough? So go and buy the Pro 3s. How the hell's hero. Low PB'd in the London landmarks in the Mizuno Wave Rebellion Pro, but has got hip pain after the last 3 miles and still feeling out. Yeah, they're very aggressive, those Wave Rebellion Pros. Very aggressive. If you are not on it, right, they will give you some real problems. They're extremely rockered, the Wave Rebellion Pro, and that's why I don't get on with them. If you think about the end of a race, unless you're like having one of those days where you're absolutely killing it, your form goes out the window. You start really falling back. Your posture goes. Your hips probably go into a negative position, and all of a sudden, that extreme rockered shoe starts causing you problems because you're not hitting it in its sweet spot, and that causes major, major problems. And that's probably why she's got the hip pain. Yeah, that's what it is. So they feel great when you're on it, but as soon as you turn off the sort of fuel, they become just a bag of nails. You know what I mean? Or like a bag of spanners. Sorry, it's probably better. Still thinking about the nails on the tarmac running in Nike Tempos. What's this? This looks good. Good evening, Chris. Keep it up. Greetings from Waldendorp, the Netherlands. Wow, probably said that completely wrong, but that's awesome. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Question coming in from Richard Adams. It's normal. Be very relaxed about my marathons. I've got Manchester, Newport. Not worried about. Congratulations, Richard. That's good for you. Well done. Sarah, took your advice and started fueling for 4 miles. How do you work out how much you need? Is it carbs per hour or carbs per weight? First marathon in London next week. I usually go on about 70 grams. I'll tell you what. Hang on. Let me get this right. Hang on. Actually, hang on. Stay there. Stay there. Oh, by the way, down to you lot. Got me beated shots in the house. Ready for next week. Stay there. Talk amongst yourselves. I've not drunk my tea, by the way, which is cold. That's your fault. So I'm just opening up because I take one of these because it's the right amount that I found works for me. So per 70 grams serving, this has got 108 calories. KCAL. That's basically what works for me. Okay, so 100 calories, and I take them every 4 miles. That, as a general rule of thumb, works for me. Okay, now everybody's different, so be aware of that. We're all different weights, we're all different sizes, our metabolisms are different. But as a rule of thumb, you want about 100 calories, okay, or CKAL, whatever the proper term is. I tell you who's really good if you want to really sort of dial in, and I've cross-referenced my calorie intake and carbs intake and stuff like that with the guys at Kendall. I spoke to them years ago about what I should be having and played around a bit. But if you're on Instagram, I've said it before. Hang on. Go and follow Feathers Nutrition. She's brilliant, absolutely brilliant in terms of she's got it all on her Instagram. She's got loads of information on there. But again, it's very much down to you in terms of size, weight, and metabolism, all that sort of stuff. Okay, so just because it works for me in some respects, it won't necessarily work for you. Right, I'm just screwing through because I've just seen the time. James Page, evening, Manchester week. Looking forward to seeing all the 40s at the Shakeout. Cavara Pros are ready to go. the man with the PowerPoint plan. Just signed up CK for my third 10K race. Proud that 240 runners are traveling halfway across the country to support me. Any tips on getting something like that? I think I spoke about it earlier. Listen earlier in terms of how it's not as good as a marathon. It doesn't matter what you're running. Okay, you could be running a mile on the treadmill. Whatever you're running, you're out there doing something. It's amazing. Okay, so don't ever downplay what you're doing. All right. In terms of getting on top of the nerves, listen back to earlier on in the pod. I spoke about that and dealing with anxiety and stuff. And also listen to the podcast we've got on Friday. It's a pre-record. There's some tips in there. Evening 40. I'm running London this month, but currently suffering from shin splints. Any advice on pushing through? I hope you're seeing a physio with regards to them. Shin splints, they will advise you better than I can because they're medically trained. And I don't want to get into too much trouble, but yeah, I would do that. I can give you some advice and tips, but I don't really want to this close to a race. I'd rather you seek medical expertise. But good luck either way. I'll see you there, right? Evening, Bethany. I didn't race on Sunday and not racing next Sunday, but feeling so spicy and everyone's achievements. Yeah, you're a bit like Wilco. Wilco didn't race on Sunday. He's about the only person like you, Beth, who didn't have a race. I'm going to have some of my tea now. Talk amongst yourself. And yes, that is a picture of me on a cup, but have a look. It's me and Buds, two heroes. Someone bought me that. Yeah, so just, sign up for something. Craig, Carl, you're late. Oh, it's from Atlanta. You've got no excuse. Great weekend. Ian at the London Landmarks. First time meeting you guys, despite being a 40 for 12 months. Looking forward to seeing you all on the start line at Manchester. Ian, I will look forward to seeing you at the Shakeout Run in Manchester. That's where we're going, okay? Nice shirt, 40. Thank you very much. I earned, kind of earned it yesterday. I earned it for about 5 miles. It was harder 5 miles than I was expecting. Michael did Brighton yesterday and found the conditions tough. Yeah, it was tough conditions out there with that wind. Very, very tough. Here we go. I accidentally booked 2 halves a week apart later this year. First is a hilly half marathon. The second is a PB attempt. Any tips for keeping control when feeling fresh on the first? I would look for the first. So Robert's got 2 half marathons back to back. And he's wondering how to, he wants the PB one of them or PB attempt. And the first one's hillier, the second one's flat. I would run the first one. I'm guessing it's not, is it like hilly the whole way? But I would look at the course and try and work out where it's not that hilly and maybe put a little bit of work in there. But I would run the whole thing easy and just like look at it purely as a training run. So even if you think about it to yourself, I'm going to go, hang on, I'm going to cough. Even if you think to yourself, I'm going to take this as a training run, and I'm going to try and keep, despite the hills, in zone 2 the whole way, as an example, or whatever the pace reference or power reference that is. So purely do that run and feel and finish like you haven't done anything, so to speak, right? So it's a really, really easy run. That way you'll be in better shape for your PB attempt. Does that make any sense? So it's like literally just a training run. Have that mindset. That's the way I would look at it. I hope that helps. Good luck either way. So I'm going to say this wrong. I really apologise. I think it's Kieran. Hi, Fordy. Looking forward to the Shakeout Run in Manchester on Saturday. Are you bringing any cloth with you to buy? Unfortunately, we don't. We're not a clothing company or anything like that. I outsource all of it, so I don't do like hold any stock or anything like that. So yeah, everything's made like on demand, I suppose. That's the best way of saying it. So I appreciate that a lot that you want to buy the stuff, the merch, and that. I really appreciate it. But we won't be bringing anything with us. So sorry about that. I really apologise. But thank you very much for wanting to support us by getting a top or something. Okay, what's the next one? Lee, what's the one thing on the market that you think that is an absolute gimmick we shouldn't waste our money on? The new Hoka Skywood, whatever it is, X. It's about 80 tons. And just because it's got like 50 millimeters of stack, everyone's saying, "Oh, it's brilliant with a carbon plate." Well, let's see. Let's wait and see. I think no. I think a lot of that's gimmicky. I think when the shoes are getting really heavy and stuff, I think that's just they're just pushing out some of these shoes because they can get away with it now. There's a lot of things I could talk about, but I won't because I get told off by admin in terms of gimmicks and things like that. But yeah, I don't particularly believe necessarily. Although I know people who really enjoyed the Prime X Strung, I ran a half marathon and really enjoyed it. But I just think some of these higher stack carbon plated shoes are a bit of a gimmick. I don't really necessarily buy into that personally, but that's just me. Did Toby confess up to running? Yeah, he did do some running. Watch the video on Sunday. It's absolute gold dust. Darren, can you give a big shout out to Bam Bam? Yes, Paul, who helped Charlotte from Camberley Satellite get through the last few miles and gave up his own PB. Well done, Bam Bam. He knows how much I love the guy. He's an absolute hero. He totally encompasses everything about 40 runs. He's an absolute gent. And he really is again, you could just say, if someone says to me, what is 40 runs? I'd just go and talk to Paul Bam Bam about it. He's exactly what we are. So there we go. I couldn't give him a bigger compliment than that. Wow, this is insane, guys. I really appreciate how many of you are tuning in live. Again, last shout out. If you've got a comment, question, get it in there now. Yeah, because I'm working my way through. When I get to the end, that's it. We're done here. So whether it's a question about Manchester, whether it's a question about training, whether it's a question about trainers, get in the comments now. And I'm working my way through. And when I get to the end, we're done. It's like a little. It's like I don't think you guys have realised that it's like a little sort of almost like race that we have here on a weekly basis on a Monday. It's like who can get to the end quicker, me or you? Do you keep me here for 4 days because you keep asking me questions, or is it pretty easy night and I could just get away with doing half hour? See what I did there? Right, scroll through. So now we're back to the Manchester chat. Debbie got a 4-minute PB in the London landmarks in her Saucony Pro 3s. Well done. Manchester apparently is saying you'll get a full refund if you're successful in the London ballot. That's fair enough to them, right? They can't do nothing about that. So fair play to them. Lewis has got the Saucony Pro 3s as his racing shoe. I found it banging for all speeds and distances. Is the 4 as versatile? I would say, yeah. It's probably a little bit more of a long distance cruiser. Yes, probably a good shout. I would say, it's probably more of a cruiser than the Pro 3s. The Pro 3s, you feel the speed roll more, I would say, than you do on the 4s. But the 4 is much more of a cruiser. Good way of saying it. Robert, 40, you tried those beetroot shots yet? They are revolting. Try one. Yeah, I did a video about beetroot shots after the London Marathon last year. I didn't tell anyone, but I took them for the 6 days leading up to the race. And I've got no scientific evidence that they worked. Okay. But all I can say is I ran a PB. Whether that was the training, whether that was just the day, whether it was just all the stars aligned, whatever, I ran a PB. So I'm going to go for it again. But yeah, they are absolutely revolting. The best tip is to put them in the fridge. That's the best tip that I can give you. Yeah, Dave Turner, first beetroot shots, they taste like arse. They do. There's no denying that. How many beet shots do you take, Mick? So I take one for 6 days. I don't take one on race day, which some people, say they do. But I go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, obviously 6 days. So I'll start on Monday and I'll take one with breakfast. Bang, done. That's it. And I'll just cowboy up and take them for 6 days. I've been running... Bethany, I've been running on running shoes. On running, don't send me any shoes. I think I upset them. I think it's well documented. They don't send me any shoes. Maybe I haven't got a big enough Instagram following for them. They tend to send them to big like people on Instagram and stuff. So I think I upset them. But whatever. I don't really care. But yeah, no, I'm not really. I'm not overly keen to review their shoes. To be honest, there's nothing there that excites me without wanting to get myself into too much trouble because I did get told off last week. They're just not a brand, unfortunately, at the moment that excites me. That's not to say they're bad or good, but there must be a reason why they're not sending me the shoes. Maybe they're worried. Oh dear. Right. Critical thinker. Oh, blimey. Look at this. There's so many of you here tonight. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, all that sort of stuff that I meant to say. 9 to 9:30 mile runner here on week 13 of 16. Currently trading the Deviate Nitro 2, but I need more protection underfoot. Okay, try the Kinvara Pro from Saucony. I think you'll like that shoe a lot. Massively underrated shoe. Massively. Michael, big shout out to Layla Garton, who ran her first half marathon at London Landmarks in 2:32. You legend. Very proud of her since she's only started running. That's incredible. So well done for you. Running is great to hear. Running's been a great therapy. Well done. That is brilliant. That is very, very brilliant. Very, very brilliant. Bad English, isn't it? I think I'm coming to the end. Oh, what a legend. No comments from me, Chris, but just pleased to say back running. I'm glad to hear that, Rob. Well done. But real beetroot tastes nice. You get in Italy, it tastes nice. How can they okay, mess it up? It is true. Wow, we've made it to the end. Look, thanks to everybody. It's been. I've seen the numbers tonight. It's incredible. When I as I said, when I think about the numbers that we get on here every week, it just blows my mind, guys, that you tune in on a Monday. Share this live stream with everybody that you know in terms of the running community, your running buddies, your running friends. Tell them that we're live here on a Monday morning, Monday night at 8 o'clock. Hang out with you guys. I'm here to help out if I can. I probably won't add too much value, but I'll try to. But yeah, look, good luck to anybody who's running something this weekend. I am in Manchester. Come along to the Shakeout Run. Please book online. We are absolutely maxed out in terms of capacity. But we want people there, so we're not closing it off. So make sure you book on, so I can make sure I've got enough run leaders to cover it. Just make sure you get involved in that. If you've not signed up for the London Marathon Shakeout Run, you don't have to. See what I did there? We're going to Chalkwell Park Run on Saturday before London. We want you to go to Park Run this year, please. Get along to your local park run. It's an amazing free event. You don't have to travel into London to do that and have some pictures taken for social media. You don't have to worry about any of that. Just get along to your local park run and enjoy that community spirit that's involved in park run. And I think that's about it, really. We've got the Edge video coming tomorrow. Watch out for that. I am going to go and film my London Marathon shoe video this week. I'm going to be putting more miles in the lovely Lululemon shoe and the shoes from Reebok. And I say we've got that Under Armour shoe as well that I need to get some miles in. So plenty to come. As always, good luck to everybody. Make sure you listen to the motivational podcast. If you've not downloaded it, go over to your favorite podcast provider and listen to that. Take it with you. And as I said, I shall see hopefully loads of you on Saturday. If not, I hope to see you all on Sunday as well. Good luck, everybody. I'll catch you all later.